The highly anticipated mythological epic Vishnu Awakens, created by the original team behind Baahubali, has finally hit theaters. This film is the second main story in the Indian mythological universe Brahma series. Today, let's dive into the narrative of this eagerly awaited myth. The story begins with an apocalyptic battle. In the not-so-distant future of August 22, 2024, a horrific nuclear war erupted on Earth due to conflicts of interest and ethnic tensions. Soon, the Earth changed from a vibrant planet to a desolate dead planet. Fast forward 800 years to the year 2898. In the ruins of the Indian subcontinent, a massive inverted triangular cube looms over a city. This is the last city of humanity. Legend has it that within the cube, there is not only sweet air and clean water, but also endless food and the most advanced technology. However, entering the cube requires a ticket costing 1 million. In a desperate bid to become the elite, survivors resort to ruthless combat. Anything of value becomes a target for everyone. Among these, women are the most valuable, with each one worth 10,000. On the first of every month, the cube's guards come to the city to make purchases. Yet not all women meet the standard. Only complete women can be chosen. To prevent his daughter from languishing in the ruins, a father sends his 6-year-old daughter to the selection area. After confirming that the girl meets the criteria, the staff pays him 10,000. The girl is then sent into the cube via an elevator. Unbeknownst to the father, this seemingly heavenly cube is, in reality, a hell. In the narrow corridor, a woman, pregnant for 90 days, is pushed into a triangular medical pod. As the machine slowly activates, the woman lets out a painful scream. It turns out that the women sent to the cube are all test subjects. They will be artificially impregnated, and after 90 days, they will be sent back into the medical pod. The machine extracts the essence of their unborn babies. Once the extraction is completed, the women lose their value. They are then heartlessly thrown into an incinerator to be burned to ashes. The extracted essence will be sent to the highest level of the cube by Commander Admiral Manus. Here lives Supreme Yaskin, the creator of the cube. It is said that the creator is over 10,000 years old, and his secret to immortality lies in absorbing the essence of infants. The embryos implanted in the women come from Supreme Yaskin's own body. In addition to prolonging his life, Supreme Yaskin is searching for a special mother. This mother can carry a pregnancy for up to 150 days. However, despite years of searching, he hasn't found a single woman whose pregnancy lasts beyond 3 months. Meanwhile, in the dormitory, one woman cautiously observes her surroundings. After confirming that no one is around, she raises her shirt to reveal her pronounced belly. The woman is named Sum 80, and she is 150 days pregnant. Fearing that her essence will be extracted, Sum 80 is reluctant to speak out. Just as she is grappling with what to do, Roxy, another test subject, happens to walk by. Upon learning that Sum 80 is 5 months pregnant, Roxy shows an expression of shock. She vows to Sum 80 that she will keep her secret. But unbeknownst to Sum 80, Roxy immediately reports her to the guards. When Manus is informed that someone's pregnancy has surpassed 5 months, he rushes to the lower levels. Eagerly, he has Sum 80 sent into the medical pod. However, just as the machine starts up, an unexpected incident occurs. The power supply to the medical area suddenly shuts down. When Manus turns around, Sum 80 has already been discarded into the pipeline. Just as Sum 80 thinks she is about to be destroyed, someone suddenly grabs her. Looking up, Sum 80 sees that her rescuer is none other than Roxy, the one who reported her. It turns out that Roxy is an undercover agent of the Shambhala resistance, which has been waiting for a woman with a pregnancy exceeding 150 days. However, just as the two are about to escape, patrolling soldiers discover them. To buy time for Sum 80, Roxy steps forward voluntarily. She instructed Sum 80 to walk down the corridor, telling her that the rescue team was waiting at the end. With Roxy's encouragement, Sum 80 entered the passage. After navigating through a dim alley, she reached an exit. However, just as Sum 80 was about to leave, she accidentally triggered an alarm. Seeing the fire erupting in the corridor, Sum 80 prepared to look for another exit. But the guards, alerted by the alarm, chased after her. Faced with the flames ahead and the pursuers behind, Sum 80 resolutely stepped into the fire. To her surprise, at that moment, a protective shield appeared around her. The flames couldn't harm her at all. Witnessing this, the chasing soldiers plunged into the inferno as well. However, as soon as they entered, they were horrifically burned alive. The rebels waiting outside were astounded to see Sum 80 emerge from the fire. They quickly ushered her into their vehicle and left the city at once. But barely had they made it out when the rebels were spotted by the patrolling guards. The two sides exchanged fire in a ruin. Although the rebels quickly took down the guards, one soldier managed to issue a bounty announcement before dying. Mercenaries living in and around the city received the news. A group of mercenaries that happened to be passing by caught up with the rebels. To protect some 80, Kira drove a jet ski and began to engage the mercenaries in the desert. However, there were too many mercenaries. As soon as Kira led one group away, another group set their sights on their flying car. During the exchange of fire, Kira was ensnared by the enemy's ropes. To prevent any harm to some 80, Kira detonated a bomb, taking out both herself and the pursuing mercenaries. Just as they thought they had dealt with the first wave of mercenaries, the cube's guards were right on their heels. They found themselves cornered in a ruined area by the guards. Just when the rebel leader thought it was all over, a tall old man suddenly appeared before them. The old man seemed to sense something as he walked straight into the crowd. The leading squad leader attempted to kill the old man, but the old man was invulnerable. Weapons could not harm him. Charging into the crowd, he swiftly dispatched the advancing guards. As the old man battled the guards, a man piloting a flying vehicle approached. His name was Bhairava, and he was also a mercenary drawn by the bounty. Astonished by the old man effortlessly dispatching the guards without any assistance, Bhairava quietly snuck up and eliminated the soldiers hiding nearby. However, just as Bhairava was about to take some 80 away, the old man seemed to sense his presence. With a sudden motion, the old man flung Bhairava aside. Looking at the extremely powerful old man, Bhairava wanted to use holographic projection to launch a sneak attack. However, he underestimated the old man's strength. With just a glance, the old man located Bhairava's true form. As the old man was about to toss him out, Bhairava pulled out electronic shackles that instantly bound the old man's hands. Just when Bhairava thought he had the upper hand, the old man effortlessly broke free from the restraints. Before Bhairava could rise, the old man approached carrying a large stone. Fortunately, a smart vehicle charged towards the old man just in time, saving Bhairava from being crushed. Bhairava attempted to ram the old man with the vehicle, but the old man simply lifted his foot, blocking the assault effortlessly. Seeing the wrecked vehicle, Bhairava, in a fit of rage, lured the old man into the ruins, trying to crush him with debris. However, just as Bhairava thought he had successfully eliminated the old man, the rubble began to shake. Realizing the debris was collapsing underfoot, Bhairava recognized the old man was far from ordinary. Regretting his decision too late, Bhairava faced the wrath of the old man, who effortlessly kicked him away, sending him sprawling into the wreckage. With Bhairava defeated, the old man turned back to the vehicle and knelt before some 80. From him, some 80 finally learned his identity. The old man was named Ashwatthama, the son of the sun god. 12,000 years ago, he waged war against Arjuna, the son of the god of war. When Ashwatthama was on the verge of losing, Krishna intervened, wielding the Vijaya sword and driving Arjuna back. This conflict was cataclysmic, obliterating the newly born human civilization. It was only through Brahma's intervention that the war was finally brought to an end. To punish the three of them, Brahma exiled them to Earth. Before departing, Brahma left a prophecy. When darkness covers the land and humanity is in peril, the avatar of Vishnu will descend upon the world. Those who follow Vishnu will be able to return to the divine realm, and the child within some 80 is the reincarnation of Vishnu. Under the leadership of the rebel commander, some 80 and the old man headed to Shambhala. Rebel leader Mariam had been waiting for them. According to the prophecy, Vishnu would be born in Shambhala. When Vishnu is born, the once withered world tree will flourish once more. Vishnu will lead them to rebuild human civilization amidst the ruins. Looking back, Mariam noticed that the world tree had indeed begun to sprout new buds. This means the dawn of a new sun is about to rise. Meanwhile, Bhairava, who had been kicked away, was not dead after all. It turned out he had activated a protective shield at the last moment, and his armor had saved him. Due to his ambush on the guards, Bhairava was blacklisted and lost his chance to enter the cube. As he considered leaving in disappointment, he overheard guards reporting to Manas. Learning that Manas was searching for Shambhala, Bhairava recognized an opportunity. He freed himself from his restraints and negotiated with Manas, offering to help him find Shambhala in exchange for a ticket into the cube. Thus, the two of them reached an agreement. Back Back in the city, Bhairava found a member of the rebellion named Luke. He pretended to want to join the rebels and successfully gained Luke's trust. Under Luke's guidance, Bhairava made his way to Shambhala. However, as soon as they entered the camp, Bhairava knocked Luke out. Bhairava's arrival also alerted Ashwatthama to the impending danger. He sought out some 80 to take her away. But just as some 80 and Ashwatthama reached the door, they were confronted by another Ashwatthama. It turned out that this Ashwatthama was a holographic projection created by Bhairava. Seeing his identity exposed, Bhairava dropped the act. He attempted to force his way through, but realized he was no match for Ashwatthama. With a single strike, Ashwatthama sent Bhairava flying. Fortunately, Bhairava had prepared in advance. He had upgraded his vehicle into a mecha warrior. Using the massive mecha, Bhairava barely managed to hold his own against Ashwatthama. As the two battled, Manas, having received their location, arrived in Shambhala with his fleet. With a loud bang, the defense shield of Shambhala was breached. Within the camp, the rebels prepared for defense. As soon as Manas's legion entered, they were met with a frenzied attack from the rebels. Though the rebels were formidable, Manas's forces were clearly more powerful. In just one round of assaults, the rebels' defenses were shattered. Chaos erupted throughout Shambhala, and even the world tree was set ablaze. Manas did not linger with the rebels. He immediately focused on locating some 80. Meanwhile, the battle between Bhairava and Ashwatthama was nearing its end. Just as Ashwatthama was about to deal a fatal blow, Manas ambushed him from behind. He trapped Ashwatthama with drones and directly abducted some 80. However, just as Manas was about to leave with some 80, a bud from the world tree fell onto Ashwatthama's staff. The fallen staff rolled into Bhairava's hands. The moment he touched the staff, Bhairava felt an immense power surge within him. It turned out that Bhairava was actually Karna, the son of the sun god. Due to the cycle of reincarnation, Bhairava had lost all his divine powers and memories. It was only upon contact with the staff that everything came flooding back. Bhairava leaped onto the battleship and swiftly killed Manas in one move. Yet, the moment he let go of the staff, Bhairava forgot everything again. Seeing Ashwatthama trapped, he hurriedly fled from Shambhala with some 80. Meanwhile, in the cube, the master sensed Karna's presence. Previously, Manas had extracted a drop of Vishnu's essence from some 80. Upon absorbing the essence, his withered skin instantly regained vitality. It turned out that the master was none other than Arjuna, the son of the god of war. He did not wish to follow Vishnu. Instead, he aimed to construct a brand new mythological universe. Clearly, Vishnu's story was just beginning, but the movie ends here. And that concludes the narrative of the 2024 Indian mythological universe film, Vishnu Awakens.